I dream that my father wants me to call and order a rifle. And so I am calling, and they tell me that the price is 6,000. I don't know which currency it is, but it really doesn't matter. And they ask for identification documents and a bank card number. And for some reason, I'm afraid of it and don't want to give them out my personal information. And I really hate spending that much money. So I'm thinking to myself that I don't want to use one of my cards because there is still a loan on it, and the other one just does not has money. So I keep avoiding this question from them, delaying my answer and ignoring for a little bit. Uh, and later they keep repeating to me that they need my information and bank account. But I'm still ignoring and keep asking. Keep asking that I just want to buy a rifle, and then I decide to wait for my father and to use his card instead of mine. So later he comes home and the rifle is already there, and some man, which probably bring the gun to our home, is showing it to us and explaining how it works. Then I'm walking to some Chinese class. I have a class of Chinese language with some nerd friend of mine, but I haven't done my homework or prepared for the lesson. But he has, and he confidently walks and carrying my notes or my textbook. And I'm thinking to myself that I won't be able to handle it without preparation because Chinese is extremely difficult for me. Probably I wouldn't be so worried if it would be some easier lesson, but would be very hard. So I'm entering the school, but on my own, and going up second floor, where the whole floor is for the fifth graders, and I need to take a bathroom. And thinking to myself, probably I'm not supposed to do that here because I'm 35-year-old man, and it would be not that right to do it here. But I still decide to go anyway, since I really want to do it. So I walk in the bathroom and see a white towel hanging above the urinals. So while I'm doing that, I have to hold it aside so I don't get it wet, but I still manage to splash it a little bit. And later some people coming in, and despite I feeling some awkwardness and embarrassed, I continue doing what I came there to do. Then I'm getting into a car with my childhood friends and their father to go somewhere. So I get the seat next to the driver, but it's positioned for me very high. So I want to lower it, but I really don't know how to do it, and stupidly trying to adjust it. And their father, seeing this, trying to show me how to do it, but I still can't get it right. And now it's much too low for me. So I, out of weirdness of the situation, I just get out of the car and then get back in again. But now the back seats are occupied by 4 people. And I'm checking the passenger seat, and there are already 1 person as well here. And I saying to them that I didn't thought that so many people were going together, but I realized that I have to get in somehow, and the only option is available for me is to squeeze into the front seat as a second passenger. And next episode, I'm already traveling, and I feel it's that I feeling that I'm traveling to America, but not with my friends, but with a sister and some other people. And they seem to be going for just a couple of days, but I'm feel like I'm myself moving there permanently. So I'm really excited since it feels like something incredible, some kind of achievement, a new stage in life. A little bit stereotypical, but still. And I'm also nervous. I wonder whether I've packed everything and whether I have enough money for it. But I think I won't have much time to stay there and chill and think about and adapt a little bit. So I will have to act immediately, fast. I should find any job I can. And in my imagination, it's some kind of a large city, something like, for example, Boston. So at that moment, I'm just overwhelmed with my emotions. And we are already entering the country, and I starting to see some tiny old houses on the sidewalk. And the woman sitting with us in the car says she doesn't understand how people can live in them because they are so small, so tiny and cramped. And she adds that these old houses are all immigrants from the former Soviet countries. And next scene, I woke up to some slot machines, and someone is playing in front of me, and I want to play too. But first, I decide to watch and see how it works and etc. So the guy plays quickly and leaves, and now it's my turn. So I have some money hidden in my pocket. And in my hand, I have just enough for only 2 spins of the roulette. And I'm thinking to start with this coin and see what happens, because I'm afraid to let people know that I have more money, because I have, don't know why, some fear that someone might take it from me, those money. So before I start playing, I suddenly as well have a feeling that I'm going to win a jackpot, a big prize. So I begin, and immediately I get the price of 1,200. I think euros, but maybe dollars, doesn't really matter. And I think to myself, wow, that's amazing. Just first spin and already a prize. But few seconds later, as some kind of bonus on top of that price, I hit a jackpot, and it's like 60,000. So everyone around me and me myself is shocked, and at the same time I'm afraid that someone will take this jackpot from me. So I take the ticket for the jackpot, which comes out from the machine, and just about to grab it, but some woman aggressively taking it, and I realize that's the woman from the first episode of those dreams. She were asking me for documents and a bank card when I was buying a rifle. So she aggressively takes the ticket, and I say, I want that, it's my ticket. But she replies, what did you expect? To come here and claim a prize without providing some identification? That's impossible. She says it as my expectation was a little bit naive or arrogant or inappropriate, as that's simply not how the things working. So at that point, I think that now I definitely won't get anything, And after all, I ignored her and refused to give her my information in the earlier part of the dream. And then I woke up. So what this series of dream means? The riffle part. This dream is about masculine maturity and responsibility. So I been asked to call and order a weapon. That is to take initiative, but I'm afraid of it and procrastinate and don't want to provide my personal information. Uh, this represents a refusal to grow up or complete a kind of initiation ritual. And the rifle itself symbolizes some strength, masculine energy, or willpower, and refusing to acquire it symbolizes avoiding a transition into a new stage of life. And then the Chinese language. So the Chinese is a very difficult subject, which creates in me a feeling that the task is beyond my abilities. It also represents some unfamiliar aspect of the psyche, something foreign, Eastern, and as opposed to Western rationality, it represents some intuitive part. That's why I feel unprepared and uncertain. This part of my psyche remains largely unexplored. Later, the small moment with the bathroom, it symbolizes some integration of my instinctive aspects of the self, and this scene reflects just a small act of self-acceptance and overcoming shame. Then the childhood friends and the car. It represents part of my persona, in other words, social identity, so, my earlier self. And the car symbolizes the journey of life and the movement of the ego. So I want to move forward, but I don't know how the seat works, and I don't have control over the direction. So there is a conflict between my desire to belong and the feeling of not fitting in it. Uh, Sitting in the car is uncomfortable and awkward. I no longer fit into the old system, but I still try to find a place within it. Then America and my path to it. America symbolizes some new life, freedom, destiny, some self-realization, all those stereotypical uh, nuances. And I seem to be the only one entering this transition because I'm moving there permanently while everyone else is staying just only for a few days. And the small houses on the sidewalk are represent my fears of hardship or limitation. And the woman sitting in the back of the car represents my eternal voice of judgment or a projection of society or a maternal figure. Next episode with the slot machines. So the jackpot represents my desire for a breakthrough or success, some quick and easy achievement of my goals. And at the same time, it reflects my fear of receiving this success or a feeling that I don't deserve it and that it will be taken away from me. In other words, I don't fully believe that I'm allowed to have it. The woman who demanded identification earlier reappears here as a shadow figure that prevents me from receiving the prize. And apparently, I failed to complete the previous stages when I was buying the weapon, identifying myself through documents, and taking for it initiative. So the shadow takes the reward away from me because I failed. So overall meaning of this dream series, looks like these dreams follow just the classic structure of a mythological hero's journey. Uh, it have initiation, purchasing the weapon, uh, my fear of the test in school, uh, my searching for support through my childhood friends, in other words, my roots, then entering the new unknown, it's America, and apotheosis and guilt about not deserving the success, it's about jackpot, and at the end, confrontation with the shadow figure. It's the female figure which taken my prize. So, in other words, the unconscious seems to be pointing me toward challenges that still need to be done and overcome. It's fear, guilt, and taking responsibility, and other similar themes.